Welcome back, everyone. It is Friday, April 18th, and the MLB and our 8 favorite picks are on the way. We are spraying the board. If you are new, my name's Austin. As always, we're joined by Logan, and we have to do a recap of yesterday, which was another disgusting day for us. Logan, we cannot buy a victory. Let's talk about it. We won in 3. Cashed our Warren under in the parlay there, but I'm going full screen, Logan. How the hell does Eduardo Rodriguez earn runs not hit? He gave up 10 hits. 10 hits. And that has been the nature of our season. 10 hits allowed. It gives up 3 runs, 2 of them unearned. If you want to look at just to describe our season in one play, there you go. But to recap the other picks, Logan, Nationals money line, they lose 1-0. I mean, what can we do there? And then we had the Guardians in Baltimore under 4.5 first 5. There's just a home run derby apparently in Baltimore last night. But either way, let's dive into the picks. We got 8 of them today. We're spraying the board, and I really like our cards. So let's get locked and loaded, ready to go. And hey, we'll start with our first one of the day, which we'll go through these pretty quickly. The first one of the day is going to be Mariners and Blue Jays, first 5 under, 4.5. Currently minus 130 on BetMGM. I'm a little bit more juice than I really want to take on a first 5 under, but I'll take it here because I really like these two pitchers, Brian Wu and Bowden Francis. I think both these two guys have pretty good matchups here for themselves, and they've been pretty good pitchers over the last year, last year to end the year and this year to start the year. We're talking first about Brian Wu with a 2.84 ERA and a 0.95 whip. He's been really, really good, and what we love about Wu, doesn't walk guys. He will make you earn those bases. Good to keep the ball on the ground as well, getting some soft contact. So even if he gives up his hit, you can get some double plays in there. And this guy's just pretty dominant. And you look at Toronto, they own a 232 batting average and an 88 WRC plus versus righties in April. So both of those bottom 10, I think Wu can limit the damage. Now, this probably comes down to how does Bowden Francis pitch. And sometimes he can be volatile. Sometimes he has no hitters going into the 6th inning. Bowden Francis so far this season with a 3.7 ERA and a 1.06 whip. He is coming off a rocky start. He went out there, gave up 3 earned runs, 5 total runs. So he's pitching with a lot of traffic on the base paths. But I expect him to be a little bit better here. You look at both these two pitchers. They're both rocking a 17.5 outs line for Francis, 18.5 for Wu. And I look at Seattle. They might be able to do some damage to Bowden. But when it comes down to it, with runners in scoring position, Seattle, 171 batting average so far in April with runners in scoring position. That would be dead last in the majors. So I like Brian Wu, like Bowden Francis. I think they can come out there and do their jobs, and I really do like this first 5 under in the Toronto game. But I'm throwing to Logan. We had a bunch of technical difficulties early on in the, which is why this video is a little bit delayed. But Logan, I'm praying that it's working for you right now. Logan, what you got for the first pick of the day?
Yeah, so my first pick of the day is going to be the Rangers. On the first 5 innings, money or run line plus a half, minus 125 odds on BetMGM is your best value there. Now, this is a spot to back the home Rangers. The bullpen for Texas makes me uneasy, and that's why I'm going in the first 5 innings in this one. Who starts for the Rangers today? It's Jacob deGrom, 4.3 ERA, 1.3 whip. deGrom pitches better at home in 2 games. Just look at the ERA difference, 3.38 ERA at home versus 6.75 ERA in the 1 road start. So again, deGrom is one of those pitchers, as most do. They do pitch better at home. And with runners in scoring position and men on, he's been great. Only allowing a 133 batting average and 158 batting average, respectively. Those numbers are pretty solid. I think he is able to hold down that very potent Dodgers offense. And 159 plate appearances, this Dodgers roster is only hitting 228 against them. Obviously, that spans several years and several seasons, but I still think he pitches well. And then Yoshinobu Yamamoto starts for the Dodgers, 1.23 ERA and 0.91 whip for Yamamoto. Texas hitting 257 against right-handed pitching at home. That's where I want to target the Rangers offense. When they're at home and against the righty, that's when I feel comfortable. They're also really good at getting to fastball-type pitchers. Yamamoto uses the fastball, uses the split. Well, I think if they are able to at least key on the fastball, they'll be able to hit him around. Most of this lineup is good against fastball pitchers. So again, I'm trusting the Rangers and deGrom to hold it down through 5. If they're tied through 5, we cash this bet. A lot of pathways to cash that one. Austin, turn it back to you, though.
Yeah, I got a player, and I'll dive into a couple player props in a second. We'll have some in that Cubs and Diamondbacks early game, but I have one that I really like, and it's going to actually be a late night sweat. We're heading out to Anaheim, where I'm taking the Angels first 5 team total over 1.5. It's minus 130 on DraftKings. Technically on Hard Rock, it's minus 120. So if you have Hard Rock in your state, you certainly can take it. Do it on track on DraftKings, since that's a little bit more widely available book. But I think that the Angels offense can show up late night against Logan Webb. I would trust them a little bit less if you had to take a first 5 run line or something like that, because I don't really want to trust Tyler Anderson. For whatever reason, he really struggled pitching at home last year. It was really good on the road. Obviously, is at home in this start. So I'd rather just trust the Angels' bats to show up against Logan Webb. Now, Logan Webb, we know he can go deep into games, but he does own a 1.5 earned runs line, like minus 180. So I think he's there. They think he's giving up 2 runs. We can afford errors here. Yesterday, I could have taken Marlins' first 5 team total. That's maxed. I could have taken their full game team total. I just managed to pick the one pick that didn't hit for the Fish yesterday. So let's hope that's not the case here today against Logan Webb. But as I said, the Angels have actually been pretty good against right-handed pitching, especially at home. Here are their stats. You look at Logan Webb. Well, actually, we'll start with Logan Webb, who struggled as well on the road. Last year, we saw Webb. He was a 280 batting average with a 4.11 ERA on the road. This season, he's at about a 260 batting average with a 3.71 or 3.71 ERA. So again, we look at those numbers. We're like, all right, might have some chances here. We also look at this Angels lineup. This season, the Angels batting 250 with a 129 WRC plus versus righties. The WRC plus will be tied with, I believe, the Dodgers for first. And at home, their numbers are even better. They own a 333 batting average and a 194 WRC plus versus righties at home this season. Both by far the best numbers in those respective categories. As I said, Webb has been struggling on the road, and he gives up a lot of hard contact. He's just lucky to keep those balls on the ground. Well, the Angels rank 6th in fly ball percentage for right-handed pitchers. So if we can get a guy on base, those fly balls, which Webb is able to limit, we could see the Angels maybe turn on some of those, and maybe we get a home run, a 2-run home run can easily happen. And this year we look at Logan Webb allowing a 316 batting average with runners in scoring position. So he's struggling there. And against righties with runners in scoring position, the Angels batting 286 with a 117 WRC plus. So I love all these things combined. I don't think Webb has the greatest outing tonight. I think the Angels are a much better home hitting team than they are on the road. I really think this is a great spot, especially for the Angels coming off, not the most high-powered series in Texas. I think they score some runs early in this game, returning back to home. All it takes is 1 single and a 2-run homer, 1 walk and a 2-run homer. I think the Angels can put up 3 or 4 here on Webb in the first 5. So that's my second play of the day. But I'm throwing it to Logan. He's got an over. He's rooting for some runs. Logan, where are you headed out to?
Yeah, we're heading out to the Queens for this one. Taking the Cardinals and Mets over 7.5, minus 125 odds on Fanatics is your best value there. Now, these 2 starting pitchers check a lot of my boxes when I'm targeting an over. I'm expecting runs. I could see each of these 2 starters allowing 3 earned runs each, and then whatever happens in the bullpen happens there. David Peterson starts for the Mets, 2.7 ERA, 1.38 WHIP for David Peterson. The expected numbers are bad for him. 4.47 expected ERA is hard hit percentage, 13th percentile. These 2 pitchers, which you'll notice, is when they get hit hard. It's normally for extra bases, and then hopefully we can just get runs off of that. St. Louis has been great versus lefties, hitting 271 versus lefties, which is 4th best in the majors. David Peterson, a soft-throwing lefty. I don't think he presents a lot of problems for this Cardinals lineup. They should get to him. And then Miles Michaelis on the other side for the Cardinals, 9 ERA, 1.21 WHIP. I foolishly tried to back Miles Michaelis in his last start. Didn't work out well for me. He pitched okay, but he still struggles to miss bats. It's incredible watching. 4th percentile whiff percentage, 20th percentile in K percentage. He just can't get people out. It's something he struggled with most of the year. And the Mets, if you really look at what their kind of nemesis is, the strikeout type pitchers. Well, Miles Michaelis is not that. I mean, strikeout prone. They're a strikeout prone team. Miles Michaelis struggles to also keep the ball on the ground, 31st percentile in ground ball percentage. I just think the Mets offense tees off on him as well. Both these starters liable to get tattooed. And then we go to the bullpens. Cardinals 24th in bullpen ERA. Mets 3rd in bullpen ERA. Mets have used Diaz and Garrett and Mentor all in back-to-back days. They might be a little bit depleted. And that Cardinals bullpen has been anything but reliable. So again, a lot of run opportunities through 9 innings in this one. Love the over 7.5. It's just a great play in my opinion. If you have it at 8, I also like it there for push potential. But I'm going to go ahead and play the 7.5. Austin, what else are you rolling with?
We got some player props, and we're heading out to the early game in Wrigley, where you can tell by the total that the wind will be blowing out. And I hope these two guys could potentially hit homers for us. And I've meant to spoil at the beginning of the video. Nerfy Nation, be ready. Nerfy Nation's back today. I think we might have to bring out the rally caps as well. Let's talk with the first guy, like Michael Busch, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, minus 115 on Bet365. I'm a little weary of why he's only minus 115, given he's the guy batting cleanup today. And most likely, you'll probably know the lineups pretty quickly because they come out pretty early for a game that starts around 2:20 p.m. But again, I'll take my chances here with Michael Busch, who, like I said, will likely bat cleanup, and he will get the righty on lefty matchup against Corbin Burns. And honestly, I think he could hit a home run today, but I think he's going to come up with guys on base. And we look at the guys in front of him: Ian Happ, Kyle Tucker, Seiya Suzuki. Those guys against Corbin Burns, who they will see today, have an on-base percentage of 355, 333, and 455. So look, if we can get some guys on base, all it takes is one hit from Michael Busch instead of asking him to get a hit and ask his teammates behind him to hit him home. If you look at him against Corbin Burns' lifetime, he's 1 for 3 with a double. And we also think about the guys, let's say those guys in front of him suck. The guys behind him, we need some damage. Likely Dansby Swanson, who is, I think, 12 for 20 against Corbin Burns. So pretty good splits there. Nico Herner, Pete Crow Armstrong. He's been really good swinging a hot bat too. So I think with our chances there, Busch could either get a guy on base to get an RBI there or get hit around by his teammates. And we look at Burns, number one pitch he throws to pretty much anyone, but especially to lefties, is his cutter. And his cutter, he throws 66% of time to lefties so far this season. And Busch, when he's faced righty cutters, 500 batting average this season. But the biggest thing I like, a 7% whiff rate. We can't afford him whiffing on balls. We need to put the ball in play. Last year, 360 batting average versus the righty cutter with a 14% whiff rate. Come on, Michael Busch, go do something. You'll have plenty of opportunities over under at 11. There's going to be chances here today. Let's hope he can come through. On the same side, in the same game on the other side, the cleanup hitter for the D-backs is going to be Josh Naylor most likely, and I like his over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at minus 135. This guy's been swinging a hot bat, and as I said, over under 11, a guy batting cleanup. I really like his chances here. I also like the guys in front of him, Corbin Carroll. Let's hope he doesn't hit a home run today, although his odds to hit a homer are pretty dang juiced. But look, Corbin Carroll, we know he can get on base. Geraldo Perdomo, pretty good at getting on base. I looked at back in Pavin Smith. He's batting like 700 against four-seam fastballs from righties, who he will see a lot of from Colin Ray. But I'd rather go to Josh Naylor, the guy batting cleanup, the guy swinging a hot bat. He has been scorching hot recently. In fact, you look at him, he's over this line in 5 straight games. He has a homer in 3 straight. He's over in 7 of his last, or he has a hit in 5 straight. He's over this line in 7 of his last 9. And as I said, we look at Colin Ray, the pitches he's throwing. I think we got a good chance at delivering here. He throws the four-seam fastball 63% of the time. And Naylor is batting 3/457 versus the four-seamer, 295 last year. So again, Naylor, just like Busch, has been putting the ball in play against those cutters that'll see. Naylor, 97th percentile in K percentage. So again, put the ball in play. Good things happen. That's all we're asking for. I really like both these two guys. So again, 5th and 6th picks. Michael Busch over in hits, runs, RBIs, and Josh Naylor over in hits, runs, RBIs. Let's go 2-0 in that game. Start the day off with a 2-0 day, and maybe that will be a great day. But Logan, I think the people need it, and we got to bring it back for the good vibes. Come on, the music's rocking and rolling, and you need to come on out here. It's Nerfy Nation time. The flags are out in full force, and I meant to put at the top of the show that we would put on the rally caps. I think it's better now than never. We need those puppies on. We need a rally, and that starts Nerfy Nation getting us some winners. Nerfy Nation, we need something, and maybe we should have done this the whole video. We need to cash these Nerfies, Logan, and we'll start with our first one. We're heading out to one of our favorite Nerfies on the board, and we're heading back to our Nerfy GOAT. You should know who he is. Sandy Alcantara, Zach Wheeler, taking the no-run first inning, minus 140 on BetMGM. We got to take a chance here. We have been avoiding Nerfies, but when Sandy's on the mound, we'll take our chances there. I'll let Logan talk about Sandy Alcantara. I'll first start with Zach Wheeler, who I need him locked in today. He is 4-0 on Nerfies this season, one of the better records last year, especially at home. The Marlins tied for 19th in first inning runs. I'll note Xavier Edwards been pretty good recently, but I will take my chances here with Zach Wheeler, one of the best pitchers in the majors, to go out there, get us those first 3 outs, and then Logan, talk all about our boy Sandy Alcantara, who we need to take us home, and then we'll get into our second Nerfy.
Yeah, so Sandy starts for the Marlins today, obviously. He's good as well. Alcantara 3-0 on Nerfy so far this season. He's facing a Phillies offense that, yes, they are good in the first inning, fifth and first inning runs. But what Sandy is great at is just pitching in the first inning. In 3 games, 0.00 batting average, yet to allow a hit. First time through the order, also only allowing a .080 batting average first time through the order. So really good stats for Sandy. This is why he is one of our Nerfy goats. He just knows how to start the game off on a clean inning. We need a 0-0 tie through one in this one. Nerfy Nation, I feel good about that one.
Need that one. And you know what's better than one Nerfy, Logan? How about 2? Let's go to our second one, and we really think this is just as good of that one because we're going to the Royals and Tigers. No one first thing. We didn't think we'd be back on a Tigers one, but we'll take our chance here. If the Tigers score, we're out. We're out. You won't see us back in a Tigers Nerfy for a hot minute, but we think they got a tough matchup against Cole Reagans, who Logan will touch on. But I like this one. I'll talk about Jackson Jobe, who will make his 4th career start. He pitched a little bit at the end of last season, especially in the playoffs. But look, he's been solid this season, 2-1 on Nerfies. Now, this is as much of a backing of Jackson as it is fading the Royals. They've really struggled against righties. They have one of the worst batting averages against right-handed pitchers this season. And you look at the top of the lineup, Jonathan India against a righty this year, 169. Now, we know we'll have to get through Bobby Witt Jr. He's batting 284. But Bobby, please. And then you get Vinny Pasquantino, the Pasquatch, batting 193. Salvador Perez batting 177 versus righties this season. The Royals 16th in first inning runs. We know this offense is a little bit sketchy on the road. I think Jackson can get us those first 3 outs, deliver us that. And then, Logan, I'll let you touch on Mr. Cole Reagans, who's been one of the best Nerfy pitchers over the past few seasons.
Yeah, Cole Reagans does start for the Royals today. He's 3-1 on Nerfies this season. Last year, it was 13-2 on Nerfies on the road. So, again, really good numbers for Cole Reagans. Some of the guys he will likely see top of the order. Again, we don't have the exact lineup out. Riley Green, he's owned Riley Green, only allowed a 167 batting average. He's been great against Torkelson as well. Torkelson has a lot of extra base hit potential. Torkelson's 0 for 7 against him. Andy Ibanez, if they want to put him up near the top of the order, he's 0 for 9 against Cole Reagans. So I do like a lot of those splits. And Detroit also 3rd and first inning runs. We don't take a lot of Tigers Nerfies anymore, except for when we really, really like it. And Cole Reagans, with runners in scoring position, only allowing a 125 batting average. So all of that together checks a lot of boxes for both of these Nerfies even. I think Nerfy Nation, we're flying the flags.
We absolutely need to fly the flags. We've got the rally caps on. We need a massive day. 8 picks is normally not as many as we normally do, but sometimes if you put out more picks, you can avoid the bad luck, which, Logan, I feel like a team losing 1-0 when you back them. Eduardo Rodriguez, don't even get me started on ranting about him. We put out more picks, maybe we'll do better. I don't know. Either way, Logan and I have agreed if we do not at least go 4-4 today, we'll take the weekend off and reassess. But hopefully we can deliver at 5-3, 6-2, 7-1, 8-0. Why not us? We're certainly capable of doing it. Let's bounce back after what has been a horrendous start to the season. Let's hope the rally cap's good. I brought out the lucky red polo, bringing it all the stops. Let's have a good day, and we'll see you guys back again later tomorrow. If it's a 4-4 or better day, if it isn't, we'll just have an MLB or NBA video. You can check that out. Should already one for today. Go check it out. Let's have a day, Logan. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.